Hey. Hi, hello. Um, Something a little different today, just something a little small. I don't think it will take too long. I do plan to do more B3313 later tonight, but just for now I want to do something, uh, like I said, a bit different. Let me get it up. Marvel's Avengers, running on my actual PS5. Hello. So I don't hate this game, like a lot of people seem to. I'm not overly in love with it. But it's a game that I frequently re-download quite a lot, and that's just to look at the skins and all the costumes because I really love the selection, and it's my favorite part of superhero games is looking at all the suits. So I'd re-downloaded it yesterday, or I finished re-downloading yesterday, and I started doing my usual going through the suits, and I was sitting there going, huh, I feel like I have a little comment on all of these. Maybe I should put it into a video, put it out there. I mean, why not? There's no reason not to, really. So I figured, yeah, we'll boot it up and do a little ramble and opinions on some skins. You can see here a little spoiler for some of my preferred skins for some of these characters. I've got it muted. I know the sound does work because I have tried it. Like I said, this is running through a capture card directly from my PS5. Although it's not amazing quality on the output. It may just be because I've got a cheap capture card, I don't know. I'm not tech. I don't know all that stuff. But I figure we'll chuck on some royalty free music in the background and just kind of chill out and vibe. Uh, Jazz? Yeah, let's go with some jazz. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let me check the volume levels. Might actually be a bit too quiet, if anything. How's that looking? Maybe just a tad more. Yeah, that should do fine. So when it comes to stuff like this with skins and stuff, well, there's also like some lag on the output on my end. When it comes to skins and stuff, I'm not. How should I put this? What's a sensible way to word it? I'm not overly critical. Like, rarely ever will I outright say I dislike something. But I am very nitpicky. So there'll be a lot of small things that I'll point out and stuff. I don't think there's much more to say intro-wise. We're starting with Spidey, because he's my favorite Marvel character, it just seems right. Yeah, there you go. Little look at all the skins. He also doesn't have too many, it's quite a nice amount, I think, to get like, I don't know, maybe even under an hour of stream. Just like a little one, like I said. Nice little thing. Get me in the mood to stream again later. But we're gonna start off here with the iconic suit, which is like the canon, this is the world of Marvel Avengers suit. Ta-da! This suit? Well, where's a place I can get some good lighting? Oh, here you go. How do I photo mode? Is there a quick option for that, like there is in other games? Doesn't look like it. Be nice if there was like a dedicated button combo to open photo mode. I guess not. That's fine. So the iconic suit, the kind of default, this is the Marvel Avengers suit. I like it, I don't hate it. Man, everything looks a lot brighter than it did on my TV on this monitor. I wonder if that's going to affect how I think about the suits. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't hate this. It's good, I like it. This is very much what I would call... Let's zoom in. What's up and down? There we go. This is very much what I would call the Disneyland suit. I mean, I know there is like a dedicated suit for the Disney parks now, but I'm not talking about that. I haven't been to Avengers Campus. I have some opinions on how I feel about all the new Marvel stuff in the Disney parks, but that's a ramble for another time. But this suit is something that I can like picture them bringing out in a Disney park. It's got just enough of that modern flair with like little bits and pieces everywhere for it to feel unique, and it's also not like unreasonable that it couldn't be made into a real suit. I know there's a lot of people who have gripes with like, what do they call it, the MCUification. Oh, wow, the textures look really nice on here. Like the MCUification with the kind of, I guess you could call it over-designing of all these useless lines and sections. But on this suit, I don't think it's that bad. I think it adds just enough to differentiate it from a classic suit and have it fit into... Look at that guy up there. And have it fit into Marvel's Avengers. I never noticed the spider here was blue. Again, that's probably because everything looks brighter here than it did on my TV last time I booted it up. Don't know if I would have preferred that in black. But speaking of black, I do like the outlines here on the chest area and sort of the weird waist bit that doesn't have a front for some reason. It is kind of weird how it trails off here and isn't like in line with the seams. Let's move the camera up for its decency. But it doesn't look awful. And the black lines aren't too thick that they're distracting. I think it segregates everything nicely. Not sure how I feel about this gap in the feet though. Kind of reminds me of those socks where you have like the big toe separated from everything else. And I don't know if I like that on my Spidey outfits. That's another reason I'm doing Spidey. Being kind of my favourite character, I feel like he's the one where a lot of my opinions lie. Ooh, look at the little spider on the gloves. I can't zoom anymore, but... yeah, I like that inside too. And obviously the web shooters being visible, always a nice touch. Let's turn him around to get better lighting. Yeah, I like that. Might look better if the black padding on the inside of the gloves was replaced with webbing. But then the webbing would need a break for the spider in the middle, so maybe it wouldn't look so good. Is there much else to say? This is obviously very unscripted. I'm just kind of going off just because I was going to do this anyway, in my own time. So I figured why not put something out there, see if people agree, disagree. Don't know. The spider's outlined too. Yeah, that looks alright. I'm not sure what these little like vent parts are on the elbow. They're a little weird. Oh, I also like the visible circles inside of the islands. Kind of gives it that technology vibe that's fitting of a modern era suit. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the iconic suit. I think it fits the world of Marvel's Avengers. What should we do next? Let's do the classic suit next. go. Let's get a better look at it in action. This music, I feel like I'm filming an infomercial. For the low, low price of 5 weekly installments of $500, this suit can be yours. But yeah, it's a classic Spidey suit. It's really hard to mess up. Oops, wrong button. It's really hard to mess up a classic suit. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. It's got nice texturing to it. It's got a little bit of that black segregating line between sections. But again, it's not so thick that it's distracting. Also a big fan of the small spider on the front and the classic big spider on the back. Feels very, well, classic. There's a little bit of the useless blue segments here, like, I'm not sure why there's a cutout on his thigh. I'm not sure what the point in that is, but I don't hate it. Only minor gripe is that he still has the circles in the lenses. I think I would have preferred if these were solid rather than clear, so we didn't see those circles. Because it's just a minor thing that would differentiate from the more modern suit that you could say has more tech than the classic. Let me get comfortable. Hands? Yeah, no, hands are looking good. Web shooters. No need to look at it all too close from the back. Like I said, classic suit. Hard to mess up. Ooh. I like that the eye lenses look like they're glowing though. That's a very nice touch. That is a cheap way for me to like your design, is if you put glowy parts on it. You'd be surprised just how much that'll influence my opinions, and I'm sure you'll see that in this. Okay. I thought I was going to go into the Chocobo theme there for a second. What next? Let's go... Yeah, let's do this one next. The Bugle Boy suit. Ta-da! Your kind of casual civilian look for Pete while still keeping his identity intact. And I think it looks okay. It's a classic Peter Parker design, the sweater vest and the camera. It's not my favourite iteration of this outfit, you'll see that soon, but it's got everything you need for a Bugle outfit. Let's go to photo mode and get a better look. I like the tie. I like the thickness on the lenses. That looks on the frames on the eye lenses even. I like that he's got the little fanny pack as well as the camera. All geared up and ready for action. And the web shooters, I mean, we gotta look at those, right? I think that he has an idle animation where he puts a hand up. If we wait, we can get a good look. Come on, buddy. Put him up. Put him up. No, you're just gonna keep cracking your neck. Give him one more chance and I'm just gonna turn him around and do it that way instead. One more chance to show off for us. Nope, he's done. Okay. We'll just do it this way instead. But yeah, basic web shooters. I like all the buckles to make sure they're attached to the wrist. like the actual design of them. They've got the pressure point on the palm where needed. Not much to say about the shoes. Dirty, just like you'd expect Peter Parker to be. Yeah, good suit. Not my favorite iteration of this design, but I like it. Okay. Let's start going from near the bottom. There's one I'm going to save until later, but let's start here and just start going up and across. Oh, that's not what I meant to press. Maybe I should have planned this a bit more. Preview, here we go. The Polar Blast suit. Oh, the Polar Blast suit. This suit. I really want to like it. I really do. I like the combination of colours chosen. Oh, now you do it. I like the combination of colours chosen. I just don't like how it looks overall in the design. Let me try and figure out what it is exactly as we look at it closer. I mean, the little bits of red, you might say they look out of place, but I do think it works nicely with the whites and the blues. He looks like the Epcot ball. Oh, I'm not recording the stream. Oh well. It's only a silly thing anyway. The blue spider emblem looks cool. I like the, pillowy mattress texture. I like that part of the suit. I like the Epcot ball part. I like the armored pure white parts. I think what I don't like is this centerpiece. It just looks so bland almost. Like you have the nice pillowy texture and then it kind of trails off. I'm not gonna lie, it does look nicer here than it did when I was going through my TV, and I think that's because this middle part is brighter, whereas on my TV, this middle section is a lot more darker grey, and it makes it look more jarring compared to all the white. I don't know how I feel about these, rubbery bits up the forearms. That's where, and these kind of random black sections, that's where it starts to feel like it's getting a bit too much over-designing. Like detail for the sake of detail. Rather than actual detail, if that makes sense. I don't know. I want to like it, I really do. There's just something off about it. I think... Peter. Put your arms down. I think if the rest of this middle section looked more like this armoured white piece... If you had more of that going down, with more of these pillowy bits along the side, I think it would look a lot nicer. I think that's what it is. I think there's too many different textures going on at once. Whereas the bits that make it feel like... I mean, the name of the suit was what? Polar Blast? Arctic Blast? The bit that makes it feel like a snow-related suit is this kind of hockey armor looking part on the chest piece. So I think more of that going down think it would up my opinion a lot. Yeah, not a favourite. It's not absolutely god-awful. I feel like my opinion on it changes every time I boot up the game, but it looks worse here than it did when we were walking around in-game. Yeah, Polar Blast. An interesting one for sure. Right, what's next? Black and white. Oh. There you go, give it a little turn around. I like this one. I don't have too much to say about it. It just looks like a less coloured version. I think the tie and the pattern on the sweater are different, which kind of adds to its charm. I like the black and white look. It's gimmicky, yes, but in a way that I do like. I guess we can photo mode. Get a nice look at the textures. Same suit, so not too much different. It is just the absence of colours. But it's that absence of colours that gives it its charm. It's still not my favourite version of this suit, but it looks nice overall. Oh, wrong button. What's next? Ah, thermal core. Give it a spin around. Let's see how it looks in gameplay. Not a fan. Not overly a fan. It's called thermal core, but it's giving more like a prestige gold vibe than it is a heat thermal one, in my opinion. Let's just go through it piece by piece. This is obviously a recolor of the iconic suit. It's got all the same weird segmenting issues. Not issues, segmenting sections. I'm trying to figure out what my issue with it is. Well, I don't see the point in these blue bits on the arms, to be honest. You already got the red and the gold and the yellow. So do we really need more colours? Maybe if more of the suit had blue on it, maybe if the web lines were blue? Or maybe the eye frames? Or hell, even some of this like useless segmenting, like these pads on the... It's not even pads, it's fabric, it looks like. Not sure why his shins aren't protected, but maybe if you had more of the blue, it would look better than just randomly placing it on the arms like that. Yeah. How's it look from the back? Oh, see, there's more blue, and it still kind of looks out of place. Maybe just get rid of the blue completely. The spider looks nice. It's giving Iron Spider vibes. Web shooters are also blue. It's got... This is the ketchup and mustard skin. That's what this suit is. It's ketchup and mustard. I'm gonna turn on my mic a bit just in case the music. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess the texturing does look nice and shiny. There's just, similar to the Polar Blast suit, there's just something about it that I can't quite pinpoint that just, it's not a favourite. Pep rally suit, here we go, now we're getting somewhere. So I mentioned that Oh, that may be a bit loud. I mentioned that we hadn't got to my favourite variation of the Bugle outfit yet, and that's because it's this one. I love this one. And the game really does look better through my TV than it does for a capture card. Oh, hang on, I'm getting excited, tripping over my words. This yellow outfit. I mean, I don't know if I've mentioned on stream before, but a long time ago, and I mean years ago, I started reading all the Spider-Man comics in order. I found a website that listed the, chronology, including all the spin-offs and guest appearances in order, by year, by month. And I've been reading through it slowly on and off. I need to get back to it, it's been a long time. I think I'm still in like the late 70s. But seeing this yellow sweater, which is like the Peter Parker look from that era, it makes me so happy. I love it so much. And the yellow webbing and the lighter, almost orange on the mask combined with the yellow eye lenses, it just makes me think of those faded comic book pages that have yellowed with age, and I love it so much. It brings back all the memories of the times that I spent reading those comics. If I knew how to do it, if I had like editing skills and I could do it on the fly, I'd be putting up like heart filters right now, because this is my absolute favourite. Make a TikTok edit, hadn't I? It's just so good. It's so good. I also love the extra details here of like the leather for the web shooters being multiple colours, and the buckles and things, and the zips on the camera and the camera bag, and the this thing. It's also good. It's one of my personal favourites in this game, because it just brings back all those memories. I love it so much. Give it one last look. Ooh, I also love that the eye lenses look like they're glowing. I guess the yellow eyes also make me think of the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit, which is the suit I've always loved. But it's more that, like, comic page colouring that it makes me think of overall. I love you, comic page Spidey suit. Goodbye. Paparazzi suit. Again, the same suit style, but a different colour. Take a drink, this is a lot of talking. I don't have as much to say about this one. It looks good, I like it. It's not looking so good for this capture card, but overall, good suit. I love purple, my favourite colour. So of course I'm naturally gonna like this suit. The black sweater with the blue shirt giving like IT teacher vibes. Nice silver. It's not a belt, what is it? Buckles? No, that's the thing that are attached. Whatever this thing is, I can't think of the words right now, I'm really tired. But it looks nice overall. There's not too many contrasting different shades like there were on some of the others, and will be in some future suits. Yeah, it's pretty average. This would probably be my favourite if the comic page one didn't exist. I think that's it for Bugle suits. Wind tunnel. Wind tunnel. Oh, let's get you in. What do I think about Wind Tunnel? Honestly, overall, pretty good design. Nice mixture of colours. Feels like a testing suit of sorts, if you will. Oh, nice look at the hands there. At a first glance, minor nitpick. This blue on the shins. It's a complete different shade from like the rest of the blue on the suit, and it's kind of distracting. I don't like it. I don't even know why this needs to be here. We could have just had the black going all the way down. Maybe would have looked nicer. Oh, I know this. This was used in the Stanley Parable. Stanley. I would actually argue this makes the iconic suit look better than it does normally. Because all the modern, like, useless segmenting feels more appropriate for this kind of testing looking suit. Red Spidey looks good. It's just the blue that's weird. Maybe if it was the same shade as this blue, might look nicer. Go down, camera. Yeah, it's just very jarring. I mean, even the useless vents look nice in the black here. I feel like this was a suit I maybe didn't like so much when I first saw it, but looking at it now, aside from the knees, yeah, I like it a lot. It's gone up in ranking. Congratulations, Wind Tunnel. I say ranking as if I'm actually keeping track of any of this, and not just rambling my first thoughts as they come to mind. What's this one? Ah, the morning workout. Let's take a look at you. Give it a nice little spin around. There's a lot of characters have these morning workout suits, these like Avengers branded suits, that I guess would be like training suits, I suppose. And they're all kind of in this black color scheme. How do I feel about it though? I think let's get a better look before I say too much. It's the same design as the Polar Blast suit. Spine segment. I don't hate it, but I'm not sure I love it. I'm not overly sold. It's definitely one of the better looks for this design. There's some ones coming up later that I really don't like too much. But yeah, it's got the Avengers branding. I guess it is kind of just chuck this on while we're doing training kind of suit. I just think there's almost a bit too much of that useless segmenting going on, like here. Why is there a gap for the black and just a tiny patch of the grey? What is the point of it? All the way down here, it's more distracting than it is enhancing, I feel like. Actually, looking at it here, it's almost like part of the suit broke off to reveal the undersuit. Like, dude, fix your suit, put the rest on. Yeah, it's okay overall, but I think there is a bit too much going on. But it is one of the better looks for this specific design, so I can't hate it too much. Not that I really hate any of them, but you know. Negative zone. Or if you're that way inclined, the bootleg symbiote suit. as there isn't actually one in this game. Yeah, it's a classic suit recolor. And I think it works. I know it's unfair to compare it, but the Insomniac Negative Stone suit was definitely a lot better. Because that one made all like the grey bits actually glowy, like filled with the negatives, Mr. Negative's energy, but that comes from a game where with Mr. Negative in it, so it's kind of expected that they do that suit more justice there. I feel like the segments here are a bit more noticeable. It's not too bad though. The white outline is a neat touch. White spider, it's good. Oh, look at the dips in the lenses. Or in the frames, sorry. Yeah, it's a pretty good suit. Not too much to say, it's a pretty basic recolor of an already basic suit. And for what it is, it works. Webman. Give that a spin. A recurring alternate suit that's in, feels like it's in quite a few. That's not the one I clicked on. I know they're not updating this game anymore, but like, can we just get like one minor fix to keep our menu selections so I don't have to scroll down every time? Some of these characters have a lot of suits and it gets real tiring having to find the one you're on again. Webman suit. I don't think I've read the issue that has Webman in. I may have missed it. I need to go back and reread it, but yeah, again, it's another basic recolor of a basic suit. There's not too much detail to go into. Still got a lot of that useless seaming and segmenting. I feel like the more I see it, the more I start to dislike it. Or maybe it just looks worse on the suit because it's more highlighted. But the actual colours themselves, accurate to the source material, as far as I'm aware. Not too much to say. Not something I'd wear often in gameplay, but as something that is a reference to something that exists and isn't just an original creation, it's nice to have. Classically looked at. Skyscraper suit. Well, the blues look a lot deeper here than they did in the preview screen. Where do I stand on this suit? Again, I'm going to be really nitpicky. It's a good suit overall, I like the colours, but, and there's always a but, red spider I can get behind, I think that works. There's enough red highlighting that it doesn't look out of place. I'm not sure how I feel about these lighter segments just kind of etched into the sides. Kind of looks like he's trying to make his waist look skinnier almost. Might be better to just have this be all blue, but then the blue might be a bit too much. Especially with the boots being the same colour. Maybe if these segments on the side were lower down the legs instead to break up the boots from the legs, it might look a bit nicer. Like have them in these side segments instead. I think that might look a bit better unless like he's trying to look slimmer by making his waist look smaller. Let's check the hands. At first, I wasn't a fan of the blue fingers, but looking at it now, it's not too bad. I guess it does break up the colour slightly. But if these lighter segments were down here on the side of the legs, it would make a nice contrast when you're looking at the side profile. So it isn't all just blue. I should point out, I'm no fashion person. I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm talking about. I just see things and have thoughts. Yeah, overall, not bad, not bad. Just change some of the segmenting without getting rid of it completely. I will say though, it's quite funny. This, there's the right button. This looks like it's the classic version of this. Like how this evolves into this. I feel like this, like wind tunnel, would be the advanced evolution of the skyscraper suit. I think they make a nice duo. Oh, I was wrong. That's another bugle suit. This must be the last one. Williamsburg. Okay, first opinions. Not a fan of the pink eye lenses. The pink looks fine on the sweater. Although I'd maybe make the camera straps pink instead of purple to match. But I don't think I like the pink on my eye lenses. The white mask, not too bad. Let's get a zoom in. The blue webbing, I think looks nice with the white. But if these iframes weren't pink, then what would I change them to instead? That is the question. I'm honestly not sure. The white would look a bit much. Maybe the blue, but then it might look like two solid chunks of blue amongst all the thin bits, and it just would look a bit weird. Okay, the pink eye lenses get a pass, but only because I can't think of what I'd replace them with. The shirt's nice. Tie. It's giving dorky teacher vibes, which very much suits Peter Parker. Web shooters. Solid colour this time. Oh no, I guess there's a bit of purpling going on around the edges. It's not too bad actually. Maybe do keep the camera straps purple if these are purple as well. Oh, there's faded purple on the belt too. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I get it's supposed to be like a worn look, but at least from here it just kind of looks like someone's taken belt dot texture into paint and used the spray tool. Okay, now I really am just nitpicking. My god, man, get a grip. The shoes, not something I'd wear, but yeah, I guess they fit the rest of the suit. Although I'm not a fan of them, but that's just more personal taste. Yeah, not too much to say. It's a bugle suit. They've all had their charms. I like that all the sweaters have been different and all the ties have been different. But every other suit kind of is at a disadvantage when this one exists. My beloved. What is next? The Black Widow Man suit. Oh, I really spot something a change. Oh, where'd it go? This... Jump scared by the music. I feel like this is a suit where this random bits of segmenting make more sense. Because it feels like very tactical and... I don't want to say comic book, but like... It feels very comic book organization uniform. Like they would over-design and have segments like that. The bit of red in the spider is a nice touch. What's the back like? Red outlined in black I think was a good choice. It might look a bit too much red if it was the other way around. Not sure how I feel about this like maroon lining around the shoulders. I'd either change it to a black or maybe a deeper but brighter red maybe. Also, there's a bit of the texture that I don't think should be clipping out there. The belt's still a very weird choice, but that's more of a actual suit design than it is this variation design. The black stripes on the legs look very cool. Or are they blue? The blue stripes on the legs look very cool. The useless knee segments look less useless here, because it looks more like the same material that the rest of the leg is made from, rather than looking like a fabric. I'd maybe do the spider on the palms in black instead of red, just to break it up that tiny bit. I think the vents in red look good though. I think they might look a little too striking if they were black. But the one thing that I would change is the iframes. The lenses themselves are fine, but having the red on the red with the red webbing, it's all a bit much. I would definitely make the iframes black on the suit to give it that, what is it? Hang on. That's the suit I'm thinking of. I think it's the assassin suit. The assassin Spider-Man. Yeah, I'd give it like black frames around the eyes to maybe give it that kind of Assassin Spider-Man vibe, especially as it's a Black Widow kind of suit. It would fit the theme, I think. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. This is very like yoinky swinky music. This is like goofy sage character you meet in an RPG vibes, who happens to be a frog. Noir, hello. The Noir suit. This is... Let me just state outright, I love this design. I very much love when they give Noirs trench coats. It just adds that bit extra. There is an element of over-designing going on with a lot of different stitches and segments and fabrics. But for this suit, it's done in a way that I think really works. Like with Spider-Man Noir, I would expect like a leather stitched face mask, handmade, you know. Not too sure about the ear covers. I guess they work, but I don't know about the metal bolts in them. Maybe if those were more fabric-y than leather. But I love the like face mask look here. I love that it's a jumper with the spider logo stitched in. The coat itself, obviously. The shoes, the shoe covers. The fact that it's the Spider-Man logo on like this back section of the trench coat. And I like that this spider's right side up, whereas this one is upside down. Is it? Or am I crazy? Yeah, no, I'd say it looks like that. I don't know if I like this song. That was not fitting the vibe. But yeah, big fan of the suit. Over-designed in a way that absolutely works for me, and I love that the eye lenses are different. They're not like the same circle thing we keep seeing. Yeah, big fan. Big fan. And our first noir variation, Blue Peter suit. As if a Blue Peter badge wasn't already the highest honor, they also made him his own suit. Wow. Oh, I never noticed that. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Obviously it is the noir suit, it's got all the same things. And again, I still think it works in general for this design. But these dashes of colour are what makes it. Oh, I love that you can see more clearly the legs go over the flappy part that I don't know the name of. The yellows and blues look really nice. The buckles around the wrists, the white gloves. I don't know how I feel about the framing on these lenses being a darker blue. Or a deeper blue, sorry. I feel like I want them to be the same colour as kind of the rest of the mask. But I'm glad these bolts aren't yellow. I think that will be too distracting. Yeah, not sure about those frames. The yellow eyes are a nice touch though. Overall... Oh, and obviously the white collar on the sweater. You know what this suit reminds me of though? It's giving... Admirable... Fucking... Cutler Beckett from Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what it's giving. It's giving that kind of navy, old-timey pirate uniform thing. Makes me think of Beckett. And I like that, because it makes me laugh. Oh, is the inside of the coat deeper blue? It is, but it's not the same deep blue as the iframes. Interesting. Interesting. Let's do this one first. The rest of the suit. What I believe to be the first variation of this outfit. Oh, this one definitely has the spider upside down on the back. I like this. This is a nice homemade suit. I'm not usually a big fan of Spidey homemade suits, just kind of in general. I honestly still don't get the hype for the MCU one. But for an early days, like making money suit for Spidey, this works. It's sporty. It looks like it's cobbled together from old bits and pieces. I love obviously the hand sprayed Spideys on the front and back. I love the detail of the shirt being frayed and ragged from actual fights and general use. Not sure about the red inside the lenses against the red frames. Maybe you could do a toning down the red a bit on the mask. Well, it's not really a mask, it looks more like a helmet. I like the bit of fabric on the back for like tightening it. That's a cool detail. Sportswear suit. Back. Where it cut off, I was just saying I liked it, basically. It's a good sportswear suit. I just don't like the iframes being so striking. I wish they were more faded red. But not too many complaints. It's giving ultimate Spidey wrestler vibes. Always good. Now for this as an alt. It's almost like a Miles wrestler gear variant. Or Mars inspired. like this. I actually like this a lot. I feel like this is another one where the first time I saw it, I wasn't too taken, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. I love the wrong button. I love that the spider has the little face on it and the web going up. I do actually really like the iframes on this one. Maybe could have done without the blue, but I guess that you could argue that's just where the paint's fading. The helmet looks nice with the multiple colours. Again, there's a bit of blue going on around the mouth, which I could probably do without. But I love the faded gradient going from the sort of black grey to the red. I love the web shooters and the gloves as well. I forgot to look at that in the normal version. What I'm assuming is the first version anyway. I wish there was a way to where is it? I wish there was a way to sort these suits out by type of suit rather than rarity. Like, I want it to be like iconic suit, and then iconic recolors, and then classic suit, and then classic recolors, and so on and so forth, you know? But again, it's a bit late for all that. Game's dead anyway. Ah, the Mark II suit. Oh, Avengers. Avengers Mark II suit. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? I'm not a massive fan. The bulletproof suit can look nice, but I don't think this is it. When I think Mark II spider armor, I think shiny. I think shiny pieces like the shoulders. And there's just a lack of it on this. They went more for the undersuit with like bits of armor on top, but the yellow going all throughout is okay. Looks kind of nice. I like how it makes the spider on the back. The red lights on the web shooters are a nice touch. The fact that they're different web shooters as well from the normal ones. I don't like the cheeks on the mask. I wish the mask was all one smooth texture. There's just no point to having those cheek sections. Same goes for all the bolts kind of about the suit. They just look like someone's dotted them here and there. The goggle effect, where the eye lenses like go around the back, we'll see that on the other recolors of this suit, and on this one I think it looks okay. It's passable. I also like the vents on the eyes. I don't think they're too bad of a detail. The one thing I dislike most on this suit though is how high the collar on the back goes. It's too much. I'd rather see more of the neck. I know the suit has a collar, but I swear it's not that tall. He looks like a Kaminoan. Like, we're going to Kamino. Get your Kamino Spidey suit on, so you can blend in with the locals. Yeah, it's really the collar that just turns me off of this suit the most. I mean, in the dark, I suppose the rest of it being all broken up doesn't look so bad. Again, random bits of grey on the side where it could just all be black instead and it would probably look nicer. But in the dark, where you can't tell as much, I guess it looks better. It's just once you take it into the light and you see all the individual pieces. Yeah. Another suit I want to like, but just, doesn't quite do it for me. Shield suit. Why do I stand on this today? Another one that seems to change every time I boot it up. That depends on the colouring. Obviously, shield suit. Gotta have the shield logo, not gonna complain about that. It's another variation of the Polar Blast style. Again, I don't know what the original for it is supposed to be, but Polar Blast comes first on the list, so I call it that. I think this is one where the spider arms going all the way around doesn't work for me. The black is just too thick when it gets around the front. And by that time, it just doesn't look so good. There's also so many random segments. Like tiny triangle of white, and then a dark blue, and then paler blues. It just doesn't work for me. That's too much, too much. Oh, that's the floor. Not so bad down here. Maybe add a bit more white onto the feet. Just to add that bit more variation. I don't like the bolts. I don't like the bolts at all. Mask itself, I'm not sure I'm a fan of the blue they chose for the eye lenses again. It always seems to be the eye lenses. It's too deep compared to the rest of the mask. It just looks like they chose a random, completely different colour. I do like the white neck brace on this armour though. Then the spider looks good around here, it's just once it gets to here, the black's just too thick for my liking. I do like that claw effect on the top 4 web lines. I feel like I remember there being another suit later which I think would look better as a shield suit, but yeah, for the one we've got, I'm not a massive fan. Too many variations of colours, too many segments. Yeah. Oh. Uptown suit. Huh, okay. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at this. Wait for him to stand still. I love this webbing on the inside of the coat. I love that it extends all the way inside. I like the white and the greys. Contrasts with the black gloves. Makes it that button's clipping through. We'll ignore that. Disappeared. It makes it look nice. Makes it look a very professional kind of suit. Not sold on the yellow eye lenses. Maybe they would look better being the same kind of red as the inside of this coat. Although the yellow bolts don't look so bad. Neither does the different coloured fabric for the earpieces. It works on this colour scheme. Biggest thing I will probably change? Let's turn it around so it's in the light. I'm thinking black spider. If we're getting rid of the yellow eyes, then we'll also replace the yellow spider, make it black, and have the inside be the same red webbing design as the inside of the coat. it might look a little much, but I wouldn't be able to tell you unless I saw it, and I don't have the editing skills to do that. So, yeah. Oh, I guess if the yellow is keeping though, I do like the trim of the coat is yellow. I'm not sure how I feel about the white bits here though. Probably could have done without that being white. Oh, I like the faint glow that it's got in the dark. Not a bad one. Not my favourite variation of the noir suit, but it's got some cool features. The inside of that coat really sells it. Okay. Oh, what did it say? Alumnus suit. Yeah. Okay. Overall, I love this, I love the reference for the suit, being, you know, Peter's school, obviously. And again, with the shirt underneath the jumper being all frayed and tattered, it does give the feeling of, like, old school wear that he's pulled out to make a suit. And it looks nice. I like this slight bit of, like, gleam or shine to the text. The yellows and blues look really nice here. Same for the gloves. And the shorts, although I would maybe... You see these stripes down the side of the legs? I would maybe make that yellow, so you have a bit of yellow going down here as well, so it's not all top heavy. The thing I would change most though is the mask. Instead of a white arrow kind of on top, or I guess it's a light blue but it looks white in the lighting, I would add some yellow to that. That's where I'd add more. Maybe yellow iframes as well. Or maybe keep... I ain't doing that. Maybe keep the arrow this pale blue, but add yellow to the eye lenses. Yeah. Sorry, just getting rid of that message. That's better. Overall, great suit. It makes me think of... Obviously, there's that new Spider-Man MCU show coming out. It kind of reminds me of that, and it also reminds me of the... what is it? What was it called? There was that Spider-Man series. It's the one that I haven't watched, the TV show. Like, the newest of the TV shows. I think it was just called Marvel's Spider-Man. I don't know if there's a suit similar to this in that show, but it gives me that vibe. I still need to watch it. I still need to binge Ultimate Spider-Man all the way through. What's next? Underground suit. Another Polar Blast variation. This one works for me. I like this one. Oh. We don't need none of that swagger. Stand up straight, boy. This one works for me a lot more than some of the others do from this design. The bolts don't look too out of place, because it looks like a tactical suit that would be bolted together. The segments don't look too out of place. The thick black on the spider legs with the red in between doesn't look out of place because the rest of it is black. I love the bits of red on the shoes just to add that little bit of colour. Not sure how I feel about how soon these striped bits stop. I'd maybe extend those a bit more around the leg, but not the full way. The segments here are different colours and different textures, but they're so similar in colour that for a red and black design, it doesn't look too out of place. I think it works very well. The back gives off very much superior Spider-Man vibes, and that is one of my favourite Spidey suits. The two ways to my heart in a Spidey suit are red and black and have glowy bits. Not always together, but those are like my two weaknesses. I'd maybe put a bit of webbing on the elbow, but then it wouldn't be in line with the armoured part. Curious. Only thing I don't like is once again the eyes. And I'm not sure what I'd change. But something about it just doesn't sit right with me. They're too bright, almost. I don't know if they'd work as a deeper red, or if I'd want them to, again, be all black. Yeah, it just doesn't look like it fits with the rest of the suit. It looks like it's really good, and then you just get this, like, Something I do like for this design that works very well here is the spiky bits on the webbing stopping in the middle. Once again, going back to the idea of it almost being like an assassin Spider-Man type suit, it looks like an attack point, you know? Yeah. Oh, I'd maybe take the neck brace off of this one though. That looks a bit too out of place. That would look better as just straight webbing. So aside from the neck and the eyes, this is probably maybe my favorite variation of this particular design? Question mark? Wrong button. Okay, what's next? Brown recluse suit. We go from one of my favorite variations of the suit to one of my least favorites. Straight off, just because it's right in front of me, I don't like the orange for the inside. If you're gonna pick a colour, make it the mustard yellow, if you must. But the orange, too much. Looks more like a builder of work. Yeah, the orange really throws me off. Although, the eyes look nice. If we separate the mask from the rest of the suit, it looks nice, the orange and the blacks. But then you have so much yellow here that the orange now looks out of place. Same goes for the spider too. The orange in the black. Well, it's not even black, is it? It's like a dirtier yellow. Or a brown almost. But kind of mud color looks nice as a casing for the orange legs. But then you pit it against the mustard yellow and... brown recluse suit, more like rolled in dirt suit. This isn't Spider-Man, this is Mudman. I'm not a fan of Mudman. It's too much. Pick the orange or pick the yellow, but don't try and fit both. There's no need for all these brown in between shades. Spider armor, Mark 1. The preview for this suit, the way it looks here in the character select screen, really disappointed me when I first saw it. Because I love the Spider Armor Mark 1. It appears in almost every game that has suit options, and it's always a joy to see. When I think Spider Armor, I think shiny, I think reflective. And here it just doesn't look it. It looks more like a dull grey plastic almost. But then, once you actually take it out of the screen and into game, now it looks 10 times better. Look, it's got reflections, it's got shine. It's metallic. Oop. I dropped something. It looks great. It's not perfect, mind you. This is a case where the Avengerification kind of strikes. There's no need to be doing all this on the side of the helmet, really, is there? There's no need to turn him into a Robocop. Just keep the shiny armored webbing the whole way around the helmet. It'd look a lot nicer. And the fact that it cuts out the grey underneath almost gives him a xenomorph-shaped head, which just, nah. Just have the full thing be webbing, have it go all the way around. My other complaint is that there's too much undersuit and not enough actual armor, where they went this weird route of having everything be realistic and strapped in and strapped on. But it just leaves these big old gaps where I'd want more of the disco ball and less of the suit underneath. And again, with the segmenting, I think it would look better if it was all just black, rather than this slight mud and this dark grey. I think it would just look better as a plain black undersuit, honestly. But again, that's another thing that I wouldn't know unless I saw it. But overall, I'd say it still does suit justice. Maybe get rid of the knuckle caps. Yeah. Oh, and obviously put some more on the back. What's that? Where's the armor gone? This is the spider armor. I'd like some more armor on my armor, please. So yeah, a little tweaking to be done to make me absolutely love it, but for what it is, I think it does a reasonable justice to a pretty good suit. It looks a lot better in Insomniac though. The Menace suit. This, I think, for the design they have, with everything kind of being individually segmented and strapped on, I think this actually works better for this design than the actual Mark 1 Disco Ball does. Like, I'd rather have the Mark 1 Disco Ball be more of the full Disco Ball, whereas for what they're going for this suit, I think this looks better with the like plastics almost, the hockey armor look. Complaints and nitpicks like always, but overall I think this looks nice. The segments work for me here, being different colours. The fact that it doesn't look metallic and shiny here looks good for all this strapped on armor. Not sure about the red palms on the hands. Maybe keep those all blue. And definitely get rid of the cheek parts. There's no need for those. Eye lenses, once again, if it was the same shade of red as like the shoulders, I'd probably like it better. And again, the Robocop Xenomorph head, I think it looks nicer in this colour scheme than it does on the actual Mark 1. Yeah, not bad. Oh, I don't like all the red on the back though. That's maybe a bit too much. Get rid of this red up here. Get rid of this red down here. Maybe keep the red in the middle. These being alternating red and blues aren't too bad. Or is it actually? It's kind of weird how it's only on one side. I'd maybe make these all red instead. Take the red from the back and put them down here on the side of the boots. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Not amazing, not bad. Radioactive suit. How do you look? The brighter colours on here compared to my TV are not doing you any favours, my friend. Keep the feet the same dark green that the like shins are to start with. Honestly, just replace all of these really bright green bits except for the spider. Yeah, I think I can just leave that as a general note, to be honest. I get a radioactive look, but amongst all the blue, it's just a bit too much. There's no need for 3 different big shades. 4 if you include the white. Yeah, replace all these really dark neon greens with the same dark... Replace all these really bright neon greens with the same dark green that the actual armored parts are. And I think this would look a lot nicer. Less of a fan of this than I was of the Menace suit. Costume shop suit. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on, look at it. How can you not love this? Maybe my favorite wrestler. Maybe my favorite variation of the wrestler suit. It's so charming. The fact that the webs stop before the spider. The shape of the spider itself. The Spidey head on the back. It feels like merch that they'd actually sell. The webbing here on the underneath and the rips in it as well. Really nice. Only thing I would change is making this less of a helmet and more of a mask. If there's a way to make all this leather look more like fabric, I think it would look a lot nicer. But come on, it's just so charming. How can you not love it? Come on, look. Anglophile suit. This one gives me the same vibes as the Resilient suit from Marvel Spider-Man 1. I think it's the Resilient suit. How do I feel about it? I suppose. I don't think I like the deep blue lining. I don't think I like it at all. It'd probably look better as black. The red segmented hands would look nice. Again, it's got that texturing that almost gives this the Amazing Spider-Man kind of look. Not sure about the red down the middle. Maybe keep that blue and have the red coming in from the side instead, but then that might also look a bit much. I don't know, I'd have to play around with it and see if I knew how to, and if I had the capabilities. It's not too bad. The segmenting does look better on this suit than it did on the actual Mark II. The cheeks look nice here too. Better than they did on the others. And the wraparound goggle look on the lenses, it works here. Still has that hideously big collar, which I'm still not a fan of. Get rid of it, cut it off. Don't need it. But overall, pretty good. Pretty decent. Quote unquote big time suit, except it's not actually, it's just a recolored Mark II. I mean, bonus points obviously for being so glowy. It's one of the best features of the big time suit. And obviously I can't judge it as a big time suit because it isn't. What are we feeling? I'd probably get rid of the dark blue on the arms here, keep it all black, even if it is a different texture. The random bolts all about aren't working for me either on this suit. I need to look at those hands. Could probably do with a bit of glowy green in the hands. Not sure about the bit on the like top of the shoe, the green bit there. That bit looks more painted on the rest. Again, it's that darker blue that just kind of looks out of place. The wraparound goggles are still kind of working, but I think it would look a lot nicer if they were just straight up lenses that cut off on the sides. And although it has the hideous collar, the fact that it's lined is bonus points. Lined with the glowy green. Yeah, get rid of the different blue color here on the cheeks. Looks a lot nicer in the dark than it does in the light. Yeah. Yeah, the more I look at the blue, even on the chest, the more here. Here? Yeah. That's my review of that suit. Shadow suit, another spider armor variation. How's it look in action? Ooh, I thought it looked more blue on the preview screen, but here it looks more purple. Ooh, let's have a run around with this one. Ooh, this is tough. How do I feel about this? It's almost perfect. This may look even better than the Menace suit for this style. Only thing I would change is that the lining in a lot of lighting looks... The lighting... For God's sake. The lining in some of this lighting almost looks like it's a different shade than the spiders in the eyes. It almost looks more blue than purple. Which could just be the way the colours are displaying through this capture card, but it is a little off-putting. If it was definitely, like, distinctively all the same colour, maybe make it glow a little. Not as much as the big time suit, but just a little bit, just to show that, yeah, this is definitely the same colour scheme. Then I'd probably like it even more. But overall, another one where the kind of strap-on look for the armor looks a lot nicer than it does for the actual Mark 1 version. Thank you, Shadow Suit. Night Out Suit. Let me get a zoom in on that. Get a better look at it. How does this make me feel? Does this spark joy? Honestly, I'd say yeah. I'm not sure I have too much to say about this. The way the red and blues are kind of divvied up throughout the suit, it works for me. Not sure about this darker red on the inside, but I don't know if having it as a blue would look more distracting. I do like the blue eyes though, that's a very nice touch. And obviously the way like the top part of the coat is broken up from the bottom with the classic Spidey red and blues and the black spider. Even this bit looks nicer here. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about this. It's not my favourite noir variation, but it may be one of the suits that I've had the least amount of things to say about. It just works. Oh, Secret Wars suit. This is what the Polar Blast variation is probably supposed to be. I know it's not actually accurate to the Secret Wars suit, as far as I can remember. It's been a while since I've seen the original. But for what it is... oh, I don't know. I don't think I like the grey going all the way up and down the middle here. This is probably a time where it either needs to all be one darker colour, or would be a case where I'd want it separated into two. It's a bit too much. It looks too much like a leotard almost. The blues on the reds, on the blacks. It's the Secret Wars suit. It's expected. It looks nice. Neck brace. I like that they kept the webbing going all the way through. Looks a lot nicer here than it has on others. Eyes, once again, the eyes being brighter than the rest of the colours on the suit doesn't do it for me. And I get that's probably because they're supposed to be like shiny in the darkness. And usually that's a win for me, but just not in this case. It's not bad though, it's not the worst variation of this suit. Oh, everything's going wrong. Here we go. Not too bad. Ah, the Future Forward suit. This is obviously our closest we'll get to the Future Foundation for this game. And it's another one that's kinda stapled onto the Mark II design, just like Big Time was. Whoa! Hey buddy, how you doing? Yeah, I was just... the whole reason I'm doing this is because I re-downloaded it anyway, like I do just randomly on occasion, to go and look at the suits. And I was sitting there by myself going through them and going, huh, I have at least one thing to say about all of these suits, so I may as well put it out there into the world, why not? It's mainly been me nitpicking, because that's just kind of how I've gone over the years, but yeah. I know you were a big fan of this. Much bigger fan than I. I'm just glad... It's a shame that it ended. Yeah, exactly, I know. It's a shame that it ended, but I'm glad that they fixed what they did before the end. In terms of the marketplace and the store and all that. And I'm glad that they've kept the game up for people who still want to play it. I was just saying, this suit, it's almost a shame that it's plastered onto the Mark II design rather than its own Future Foundation suit. But, saying that and looking at it here, I think this may be my favourite variation of the Mark II suit. This may be how it looks at its best. Like, all the different random segments that make no sense, they work here in white and black for me. They really do. I like the small touch of the purple web shooters. The spider symbol looks cool. Still not a fan of bolts in my Spidey suits, but it doesn't look so bad here. It's not very distracting. Hey, the Yonky Splinky music is back. I hope the music's okay, volume-wise, by the way. I haven't really had any gauge to be able to figure out the balancing. Just kind of eyeballing it based on my sound levels in Streamlabs. Only thing I don't like on this is, again, the goggle effect on the eye lenses where they go all the way around. Because more so here than on other suits, more so here does it look like a brain case than anything else. Like, this is a really deep cut reference, but back in the days of Lego Indiana Jones, the original game on the Nintendo DS, there was a mini game where you'd like take the brains out of monkey heads or whatever. And that's what this looks like to me. It looks like he's getting ready for me to be able to open up his helmet for a succulent snack. But that aside, this is my favourite variation of the Mark II suit in this game, I think. And it's not even a Mark II design, it should be its own suit. Even the collar that I absolutely despise, the Kaminoan high collar, looks really nice on this version. Something about it just works more than the other colours. Fantastic Four Bagman skin. Oh, we absolutely need to. It's the Bagman look. They can just reuse the same head from the one that's already there. It would be a major missed opportunity if they didn't. Put it that way. Right, the Mark III suit. Give it its rotate. I need to look at the Mark III suit. Like the actual comic look for it. I need to see the difference. Okay. Mr. Fantastic Footage. Look, I can't really give. I don't like this song. I can't really give a proper opinion because the gameplay of Rivals just isn't for me, period. But if you're into the game, he looks like he'd be fun for the type of game that it is, if that makes sense. Mark III spider armor. How do I feel about this Red Hood skin? They did that thing again where they kind of overcomplicate and over-design things that don't need to be. Like, all these lines on the helmet aren't doing it for me. I don't know why he needs tiger stripes when the actual helmet that the suit is based on, the actual suit that is based on the helmet for that, is just kind of plain with the eyes, which by the way are white compared to this kind of silvery glassy look. I do like the webbed pattern on the undersuit here. That looks nice. I kind of wish it repeated throughout the rest of the suit. But I guess they were going for a more tactical look. And for what they were going for, it's not bad. Looks military, looks tactical. It's got glowy bits, which I always like. Not sure about these trousers. I think I'd rather have the web design from the neck go down into the rest of the under part of the body. I think this is another case of, for what they were going for, it's not bad. But when you compare it to the original suit it's based on, the original just looks a lot better. But I don't hate it. Now let's see some of its ults. Oh look! It's Arkham Origins Deathstroke. Yeah, It's not a favorite. It's not a favorite. Bit too much blue on top with the deep blue claw marks alongside the pale blue. Just pick a color. Doesn't need to be so many. Although I do like the gradient in the spider going from lighter at the top down to the darker down the bottom. And I think these like trousers, I think the materials and everything look nicer in this variation than they do in the actual Mark III. Not sure about the orange on the eyes. It's another case of why do we need 3 different colours? 4 even. Not too much to say. Not a favourite, but it works. I think I like it slightly better than the Mark III in this game. But that might just be because I can call this the Deathstroke suit. Oh, wrong buttons. Oh, we looked at Red Hood. Safety first. AKA the Kamen Rider suit. I think my opinion of this has changed since I last looked at it. I feel like I like this a lot more than I used to. Maybe that's because I've marked it with the Kamen Rider reference? Yeah, there's actually quite a nice amount, to be honest. Him being a console exclusive was still really weird, when none of the Insomniac stuff even got in. But overall, I'm happy with the selection. I know I've spent the past nearly 2 hours nitpicking it, but that's just me with superhero suits in general, especially Spidey suits, because I care so much about Spidey suits. So I end up having more things to say about them. Is he, you know, I wonder if this would look nicer if the neon lines ran down the rest of the grooves. Or if that might look a bit too much. It's another one of those things where I can sort of picture it in my head, but it would be hard to say without actually seeing it in person. I like the circles here too. It's like high-vis Spidey. I actually think I like this one more than the Deathstroke one. Which is weird, because I remember not liking this very much. Maybe it's because it looks different here than it does on my TV. No, I like Kamen Rider Spidey. I don't actually have too many complaints. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Oh, but speaking of complaints, the Mark IV suit. This is one I do have many gripes with. So just for context, for those unaware, the Mark IV Spidey armor is one of my favourite looks for Spider-Man. It's classic, but modern in a really neat way that isn't done too much or anything. When I play Marvel Spider-Man 1, it's the suit I use most, especially at night for the glowy bits. I love how shiny and reflective the metal parts are. I love the cover it's taken from, even though I haven't read the issue. And I was really hoping it'd be in this game too, when Spidey eventually came out. But then he did, and it was, and then I was disappointed, because what is this? This isn't the Mark IV Spider armor, this is like someone trying to recreate it in some sci-fi MMORPG. And I don't like it. Where do we even begin? Let's start down here. Why blue? Why cut up the nice boots you had going with just this random part of blue? Oh yeah? Which one? If I had to guess, I'd say Web of Shadows or Friend or Foe. Hey, got it. I still haven't played that one myself. I've been meaning to. It's a unique one, I think, for being technically, I think, the last Raimi-based one. Even if not directly admitted to me, I think. From what I remember, I think it's one of the only games that features New Goblin. Haha, nice. I love Spidey. I need to play more of the games myself. I also need to finish this run. Blue bits on the inside of the legs. Why? Haha, nice. I bet you had a cool design. Why break up your really nice webbed pattern to just add this random section of blue that just cuts in between for no reason? Why are there all these random segments going up the leg? Why is there silver bits on the belt? Why are there silver bits on the arms? What is up with the gloves? Why is there this random Wii sensor bar on the back of the waist bit, and why is it so straight compared to everything else? Why is his backside so, like, framed? So squarely going down the legs. Looks like a Tetris board. And the texturing. Look how they massacred my boy. One of my favourite parts of the Spider Armor Mark IV was that it had this solid, heavy metallic look, but sort of in a lighter way compared to the Spider Armor Mark 1. That looked really nice and it was nice and reflective, but instead here it looks more plasticky almost. Again, I don't like how everything is so straight down the side, leaving these big open blue spaces. The glow here on the spider is just too much, almost. The cool thing about the Spider Armor Mark 4 was that it was like a black spider, but with this glow-in-the-dark green outline, and now it's just this weird sci-fi piece of tech. I don't like the thick segments between all the webbing, quote-unquote webbing. Especially on the neck, it looks really weird. The eye lenses themselves get a pass from me, I don't mind those. But the frames. Oh god, the frames. Why are they a completely different shade of red? Why do they break up all of the webbing? Why do they have the goggle effect where they go all the way around the head? Combined with it being framed down the neck piece, it looks like I could just remove that entire chunk from the back of his head. The glowy spider's okay, that gets a pass. The black bits on the inside of the leg, the weird, like, work gloves. Oh, I could go on. Point is, I don't like this. It looks way better on the cover it's taken from. It looks way better in Insomniac Spidey. This is probably the one suit for Spidey in this game that I will outright say I do not like. Because it takes something that I love a lot and just butchers it. The red bit's too straight on the side, it leaves too much blue. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. Now, the Never Sleep suit. Taking the same design as the Spider Armor Mark 4, I'm just making it look so much better. Because this actually does look more like an original suit. It's not trying to be a different suit. It's not trying to be a failed version of a different suit, I should say. Face forward, Peter. Thank you. I like that we have this purple effect up top that slowly fades into a blue. I like that it continues all the way down, ending up back in the purple. The red outlines on the black actually look really nice here. Even with how straight these armoured purple bits are, it doesn't look as jarring as it does on the actual spider armour. I can forgive the red bits in the belt. I actually really like the red sectioning here. Underneath the arms, the red spider looks a lot better. Maybe could do with a bit of purple on the back rather than all the black, but it's not a deal breaker. Even the gloves look better. The sectioning too, the kind of thick black segregating parts look a lot nicer here than they do on the actual spider armor. My only complaint still is that we once again have goggles instead of eye lenses that go all the way around when they don't really need to. It'd look a lot better as singular lenses, but the actual colours chosen look nice. I like this a lot more than I do the actual spider armor. Prodigy suit. Prodigy. I feel like Prodigy is based on something. I'm pretty sure Prodigy was one of the like alter egos Pete took at one point, or maybe it was Ben Reilly. I know one of them went for a phase of like different superhero identities, and I think Prodigy was one of them. Although I could be thinking of something different. No, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay. I've got a picture up here on my phone to look at and compare. This, as a spider suit, doesn't particularly work for me. Once again, the armor parts compared to the undersuit just look too jarring texture-wise and color-wise compared to the last one. The actual segmenting parts on the undersuit aren't too bad. All these silver bits, I don't hate them. But the silver part across the chest, as a Spidey suit, I don't like it. But looking at the picture of Prodigy that I'm looking at, the Spectacular Prodigy, from Spectacular Spider-Man 257, I can see why it's there. I can see what they're basing it on. It just doesn't work for me personally as a Spider-Man suit. Shiny Silver Spider, not bad. Eye lenses, not bad. Eye frames, not bad. Just wish we could get rid of these goggles. We don't need them. Singular eyes would be good enough. I don't like it as a Spidey suit, but I appreciate the reference. We'll leave it like that. Sublime suit. I think our last variation of this Mark IV armor. How do I feel about this? Honestly, for this one, I think the glowy parts are actually subtracting from the overall design. I think it would look a lot nicer if everything was kind of this dull, like, return of... Sorry, I think if everything was this dull color without the glowy bits, I think this suit would look a lot nicer. It's almost the return of Mudman, but in a way that I think looks a lot nicer than the brown recluse suit that we looked at earlier. Although once again, the inside of the legs look out of place. It's funny how different colors of the same suit designs can really affect how different parts of it look. And once again, we have the goggles, which I just don't like for this suit at all. But overall, it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, last of the normal suits. Concrete Jungle. Back to the quote-unquote Mark III, but not really design. How do I feel about this? I think this color scheme really lends itself to the military tactical kind of look that this suit design goes for, and I think this actually suits it a lot better than the base spider armor design did. I like the way the parts on the eyes are segmented here from the middle. Again, I like the webbed undersuit. Could maybe do without the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could maybe do without the hexagonal effect on the inside of the spider. But it does match the eyes, but it does look a little out of place to be orange when there's the like yellow right outside of it. Yeah, not too much to say. I think it works. It's a nice tactical look. Okay, we're nearly done. On to the MCU suits. the Far From Home suit. Haha, nice. And it's still not enough, damn it. Give me more spider suits. Give me more things to nitpick. The Far From Home suit. I mentioned before that I really love red and black Spideys. And when this suit first came out, when I first saw it in the movie, I was ecstatic. I thought it looked so cool. Should I do that another day? I could do that if you want. Hell, I could probably do it after this. It's downloaded. But this suit, looking at it right here, something about it isn't hitting right for me. I don't know if it's just in this art style, or if it's overexposure, because the suit ended up being used quite a lot, or I used it a lot in like Insomniac Spider-Man and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. This is something, I know they can't change it because obviously it's based on a movie. But this is something that I think could benefit from some random bits of segmenting on the legs. Some random bits of red to break up all this black on the lower half. You see these two, like, middle sections of black on the waist? Amongst all the red? If we take those away from there and put them underneath where the red stops to form like a belt shape, I think that would look a lot nicer, because it just kind of stops and goes straight into black. I do like the white around the spider, and I do like the spider logo. And I like the white on the back too. That's always looked nice to me. Can't complain about that. The arms have a little bit of craziness going on, but it's not so much that I hate it. Could maybe do with like Nightwing stripes going down the front of the arm. The one thing I will say I don't like is the fingers though. I don't like that they're red webbed fingers. I don't know if it would look better in plain red, or if it looked better all black. But the way this looks, to me, right here, like looking at his thumb, it looks like he's got separate finger covers on. That's different from the rest of his suit. It's like he's taken the fingers off a different suit and is using them as covers. And I don't like that. It looks out of place. Like they've used the wrong finger model for the suit. I guess it does match the webbing on the chest, but I think it's a bit too much. Either have fully webbed gloves, or don't have it at all. Just the fingers? Not a fan. Shoes are fine. I think they look nice there. I'm not sure about these random thick bits on the back. Don't know what the point of those are. I guess to keep the boots in place, maybe? Yeah, so I don't know. I still like this suit, but whether it's because of how it looks on this body model, or whether it's due to overexposure, it doesn't quite hit how it used to. Maybe I just need to rewatch Far From Home. Maybe that's the solution. Homecoming suit. Give it its rotation. This suit doesn't look good in this game to me. Let's get into some more light. I think up here will look nicer. Yeah, okay. So what I said earlier about the iconic suit in this game, with its light bits of segmenting and how it kind of looks like a Disneyland suit, but in a realistic kind of way. And how the segmenting doesn't look too bad because it's not too in your face and it's not too thick and it suits the world of Marvel's Avengers. This suit is way too much. Way too much. What is this? Look at all these black lines everywhere that make no sense. It's like he marked the material to know where to cut, and then cut around it instead of cutting out the pieces he needed. It's like the blueprint of the suit. Why is there a random blue square being highlighted here on the knee? What is the point? I get this was supposed to be like the new modern Spider-Man look for Spidey's MCU introduction, but I don't like it. I don't like how thick all the black lines are either, both on the blue and around here on the red, around the chest. And around the arm? Oh, and especially the wrists. Why on the wrists? I guess because of the web shooters, but it's too much. Too much. Could also do with something in the middle of the waist to kind of complete that belt shape. Or if it's not in the middle of the waist, maybe instead of the black bits going up and around, they go down and around instead to mark out the bottom of the red. I guess the web shooters are cool now that I look at them, but I just think they're too thick around the wrists here. It's giving Ben Reilly's spider suit, but way less cool, because he had those visible web shooters and they worked in comic book format. Maybe, how would I fix this? Oh, also the fact that the black here doesn't go all the way around the back. There's black waist bits here, which now I see aren't even holding web cartridges like I originally thought. They're just kind of black with buckles for no reason. And then on the back you have the webbing, obviously, but then in between you just have this blank bit of red. Either extend the webbing to go all the way around, or extend the black to go all the way around. There's too much marked empty space on the suit. That's my issue. Too many marks, and it's too much empty space. Honestly, take out the front part of these wrist braces and just have them connect on the back. I know it would be impractical, but I just think it would look a lot nicer than having these big, thick black wristbands. Yeah. Sorry, Homecoming suit, you're not winning this one. 2 more to go. Night Monkey suit, the stealth suit. Give it its rotation. Stealth suit. This isn't something I use often in the games, because it's not like my favorite Spidey suit or whatever, but when I keep in mind the context it's used in the movie it's from, I like it a lot more. Contextually, it makes sense, but just as a one-off standout suit, it doesn't win me any favors. It's like a bootleg noir. But let's take a closer look. Might change my opinion as I talk. That's happened a couple times. Makeshift goggles. I like the beanie, like head, giving noir vibes. I like the little circle. I almost wish there was a shield logo there, but I get that kind of takes away from stealth. Fingerless gloves. If it was a normal Spidey suit, I'd say no. But in the terms of like a makeshift, tactical, quick, we need to do this and not get caught, yeah, I'd say it makes sense. It feels very spy-like. This is weird. Like, I'm looking at this and I feel like my opinion of this suit has gone up, but my opinion of the Homecoming suit has gone down over the years. I might actually rank this above the Homecoming suit if I were to do rankings, which I don't because I don't have the brain power to keep track of all that. I like the zip too. Very much a quick change outfit. All the buckles looking very tactical, making sense. Oh yeah, earlier we had the Shield issue suit, if I can find it. And I said there was another suit, which the designer which was used instead. This? No. Take the colours and the Shield logo from this, and put it onto this? Yes. Just saying. Okay, last one. Infinity War. The MCU Iron Spider. I have a bias because you'll never beat the comic book Iron Spider. That was my favourite suit for a very long time. Until Superior and the all-new, all-different suit came out. The Spider-Arm Mark IV. So we always had a little bit of a bias against this. And this is another one where I think my opinion of it has changed over the years. Because when it was first introduced to the MCU, I was like, oh my god, yes, this is so cool. We have a new, like, lore appropriate for this universe version of the Iron Spider. That's amazing. And then it kept coming back, and it kept being added to all the games, and for quite a while I was going, oh, great, it's the worst Iron Spider suit. That's great, I'm glad it's back, yay. But now I'm looking at it again, like right now, and yeah, I think it's cool again. Like, there was overexposure, and now that's kind of died down, and I'm back in the hype. A couple nitpicks. Let's just go from the bottom up, have a look. Boots are fine. I like the segments here. It makes sense for like an armored iron suit. I really like the thick wrists for the web shooters. It reminds me of how in whatever the last of the MCU Spidey ones was, I always forget. It was Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. That was it, I think. I liked how they had like strangers' portals on them. That was a really cool touch that made me appreciate these even more. Random lights on the belt I could probably do without, but they're not too bad. Spider itself looks good. I like the outlined black with the... I like the black outlined with the gold. I don't like the shoulder pads being a different texture. I wish they kept up the metallic look from this into this. The lights up here don't look so bad. It's just kind of on the waist that I don't like them. Yeah, me too. I'm curious what they do, although if they bring back this suit again, I may scream. The black spider becoming red on the back I think is a nice touch. Kind of brings back that vibe of how in the classic suit it's black on front, red on back. Glowy eyes, always a plus. My big thing that I don't like here is the Abraham Lincoln bootstrap, chin strap thing they got going on. I get it's probably where the mask like retracts, but I don't like it. It looks like he's trying to grow out a beard. It looks like he has monkey ears on the side, and it then goes down into a beard, and I don't like that. Oh, me too. I liked that. I'd like to get a better look at that, see it more in action. It's been a while since I watched it. I want to see it again. But yeah, overall my opinion of this one has gone up. Minus some like minor nitpicks. I feel like I can appreciate this suit again for what it is. And that's kind of it for the Avengers Spidey suits. I don't really feel like I can pick a favorite. Like a favorite actual default Spidey suit, I mean. I do like the iconic one, but I think the classic just kind of looks nicer. And I know it's definitely not this one. Boo! Shame on you. Shame on you, Mark IV suit, quote unquote. Bad. But I gotta pick my beloved. We gotta finish on my beloved comic page suit. I feel like I could make a TikTok edit of this suit or something. Because I love it so much. Love me, say that you love me. Yeah, that's it for Spidey suits here. I'm done. Oh wait, I missed one. I forgot to go back. I was going to come back to this once we got to the Mark II suit, and then I completely forgot. The Avenging Archer. I'll do this one quick, because I was getting ready to move on. It's cool. It's got the collar, which I hate. It's got the goggled look, which... it doesn't look too bad on this suit. The color schemes are nice. Obviously, the Hawkeye arrow is actually kind of goofy looking. I kind of wish it didn't peek up over the middle of the spider, because it kind of just looks like someone didn't get the size right. But I like the glowy effect. Take off the collar. Maybe get rid of the goggle effect on the eye lenses, and you got a nice Hawkeye base suit. Okay, now I'm done for real. Oh, let's change back. I don't know if I'll do the other Avengers suit, the other Avengers in future. I don't know if this will become like a mini-series, just like to do in my off time. Might be a nice thing to do when I need a break from Mario and stuff. I don't know. But let's quit out of here, and for you, my friend Chris, let's go to Rivals, so I can disappoint you with my opinions for that. There you go, you get kind of... Oh, Hawkeye just changed. You get kind of an idea of some of my favourite suits for some of these characters. Let's also change his music, because it's kind of been going on loop for a while now, and it's kind of getting really annoying. Genre. Just to end off, let's do chill out. Chill out, free music only. Play. Okay, let's take a look at this. Do I get any free stuff? No. That's the only reason I boot up the game, to be honest. Okay, where am I going? Heroes, here we go. Spideyman. Now you have to promise not to get mad at me when I talk about these, because as you've probably seen, I can get very nitpicky when it comes to Spidey suits. Okay, the default costume. I'll take a moment to think about it before I give a full opinion. Oh, God damn it, I wish I could move the camera. I wish I could actually, like, scroll up and down the model. Okay, I like... What do I like? Hang on, I need to think about... Whew, give me a second, I've done a lot of talking for the past 2 hours. I need a break after this, Jesus. I think more so than when I do stuff like Yakuza or Mario, because at least with them there's gameplay in between. This has just been me flat out rambling for 2 hours and 22 minutes. I like the eye lenses, but I wish they'd go a bit more diagonally up in the corners rather than going straight up on the ends, which is a minor nitpick. I like the black spider, but I don't like how much black is on the rest of the suit. There's way too much on the arms, way too much on the in-between bits. Hang on. I want to zoom in, damn it. Like, on the sides of the back, there's the black triangle segments, which I don't like. I think the spider being outlined in black looks good, but I wish they thin it out on the shoulder pads. It's just too much black on a Spidey suit for my liking. Let me see if I can get a good look at... Yeah, the knees as well. I think if the suit had less black and some of it being a little bit thinner, I'd like it more. The gloves being blue with the red fingers looks a little weird at first, but once I start looking at it more, I kind of like it. It's not a case of finger caps like the No Way Home suit has, because the gloves actually go through on the insides, which I think is a good choice. Otherwise it would look out of place if they were like plain blue palms and then just webbed fingers. Again, too much black to cover up the red webbing. I'd rather have the red going up on the inside. Could do with a bit more red on the legs as well. Maybe make the waist bit on the back a bit more... not make it thicker so there's more red on the back. Because as it stands, there's not really much to look at on the back. It's just kind of blue all the way down and then black on the sides until you get to the boots, which are fine. I love the boots. I don't mind the black on the shoes. I think they look cool. Same for the soles as well. Hang on, where's the... How do I do this? Yeah, I don't like... It's mainly the inside of the arms that just I'm not a fan of. I forget, is this... No, they're unique ones, aren't they? Yeah. I think if the inside of the arms wasn't so full of black, I would maybe be able to pardon the rest of it being so thick. But it's just really distracting for me. It's not what I would want on a spider suit. Although I do want this suit modded into Insomniac Spider-Man 1 or 2. I think it would look nice there in that game with that motion. But I'd have to see. Anyway, that's the default suit. We got the Scarlet Spider. Which do I have any nitpicks about this one? Yes I do. Actually. I like this one a lot. The reds and blacks look nice. It looks very accurate. There's not too much. Like, if they tried to mess with the balance of the red and black, it would look less like a Scarlet Spider suit. The only thing that I would probably... the only thing I would probably change is the texturing here on the back. You can't see my mouse, can you? Damn. You see where we have webbing on top around the shoulders and the mask, then we have the spider, and then below the spider you go into the circle textures on the black. I think I would rather it kept the webbing rather than this nano suit octagonal circular texturing. That's when it starts to look a bit too much like detail for the sake of detail rather than detail that actually looks nice. It's like artificial detail to make it look like there's more going on than there is. I see bits of random sectioning on the legs, but it's not egregious. I don't dislike it. I think it looks good. It's a design that might look too plain if it wasn't there on the legs. And I like that we get a glimpse of the red webbing just below the black. Yeah, I think it's really just that one texture that I would change. No Way Home suit. Oh, I hate that we have to wait for this every time. Come on, hurry up. I want to look at the suit. This maybe one of the best examples of one of the best the suit has looked. We still have, as there's bound to be because it's based on the same suit, we do still have the issue of the weird shoulder pads, where I'd rather they kept the same like pattern going on. Could do with some webbing on those shoulders. But I think the proportions here are nice. It doesn't look like any of the sections, like the black or the golds, are too thick or overtaking everything else. I think it looks nicer here than it did in Avengers. And it makes a change to see this suit not look so overly metallic. And that's just part of the Rival's art style. We still have the weird obsession with the circular texture that a lot of superhero suits have nowadays. I call it like the almost like nano suit texture. You see it in like the middle of the spider and on the legs. But I like it. The blue eyes are a nice touch as well. Very accurate. I definitely think it looks better here than it did in Avengers. Bagman Beyond. Oh, also I didn't, sorry, I should have. Give it its fair due, show it in action. I like the reference here. Again, I just look at the default Spidey suit and I see the black arms and it just draws my eye and draws me away. But the actual Iron Spider suit looks really nice here. Okay, now Bagman. I mean, it's Bagman. Come on. You want me to say I don't like it? Because I'm not gonna. You even have the fantastic Bagman as the keychain on the back. I love the makeshift web shooters done with like tape. Reminds me of when people doing martial arts like put all the tape on their fists. I love that you can see the wires in the web shooters. It might be because the colours look brighter here than they do on my TV, which has been a consistent thing with this capture card. But I don't know if I like the neon green for the university suit. The university, Empire State University logo stuff. Kind of takes me out of it a little. I don't think it looks that bright normally. Not when I'm looking at it on my TV. Also, the zip on the sleeve is so like ridiculously anime that I can't help but laugh. I love it. I do love it. And the red and blacks here look nice. There's a nice like balance of them. I forgot he has no shoes on. That's hilarious. It's not just anime, it reminds me of recently I've been playing a little bit of Street Fighter 6. Kind of reminds me of that, especially with these like big ass proportions and these baggy ass pants. Yeah, I like this. I don't think I have any nitpicks aside from the neon green that seems brighter here than it does when I usually look at it. Let's look at his thing, because I forget what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, quick change Spidey suits, you gotta love them. I'm always happy when they're included, because it's something that doesn't get a lot of representation, it feels like, in the games. I remember the first one that I saw was the old like PS1 Spidey game. That had a really nice Peter Parker quick change one. And finally, Chasm. What do I think about this? I like the colours. It's very EVA 01 from Evangelion. Oh, but they did it again. Look at the inside of the arms. Why are they a different colour to the rest of the suit? Why not just make them black? They don't look good grey. We don't need 3 different colours. 4, sorry. There's no need to add grey to an already good-looking black suit. I don't like that. But the rest of the suit, considering this is just a recolor of the... If I'm not mistaken, this is just a recolor of the default design, right? More or less? I actually think it looks better. I actually think it looks better because the colours suit the suit more. It doesn't have like an overwhelming essence of black. Like every time I boot him up, I just look at the knees. But the greens, the purples, amazing. I love it. Let's get a nice look. Oh, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. You can tell I don't play this often. Yeah, let's get a nice look. I mean, look at that. Here, you can barely notice the grey, and it just looks so much nicer. I love the greens on the bottoms of the feet, too. You know, I haven't actually seen the Chasm suit. I'm gonna look it up on my phone real quick. Because I don't actually have a frame of reference. Oh, I have seen this. Okay, so it's not like a one-to-one adaptation, because otherwise he would look a lot more venomous. But actually, looking at these side by side, I think I prefer the Rivals version to the actual version from the comics. I get it looks like there's something supernatural going on with Ben during this time frame, which I don't know because I haven't read this far into Spidey. I'm still in the 70s. But as a normal Spidey suit, yeah, it looks nice. Although, all things said and done, I think... Unless I played enough to want to buy this one, I'd probably still stick with this one, even though I complain the whole time. Just because it is the most Spidey out of the Spidey suits. Like, I hope they add more that have the Spidey colour scheme in different variations in future. But for what we've got at the moment, that's kind of it. That's kind of my opinions for the rival suit. God, I hate the inside of these arms. I need to stop looking at it. I forget, is there a way I can yeah, is there a way I can look at this? Forget, does it actually change? No, it just gives them the shoulder pads, doesn't it? I think a symbiote variation of the default Spidey suit would look really nice. Without having to balance 3 different colours and just sticking to white and black, I think this design would look a lot nicer. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. I think I'm done. That's about everything I can say about these Spidey suits. Oh, big yawn. 2 hours 37. Not bad, not bad. Only one disconnect. I need to remember to start recording my streams when my internet goes. Yeah, I definitely think the eye lenses going more diagonally upwards would look nicer. When they go straight up like that, it makes his face look a bit too thin. In the preview image here on the left, it actually looks like they do go back further. Okay, I'm done. I hope that was up to your standards. I hope I haven't just, like, completely heartbroken you with how much you love this game. I'm sorry, but I get very opinionated when it comes to Spidey suits. I like this song. I don't know if... the more I look at it, the less I like the blue on the front of the gloves. I need to stop looking, or my opinion's gonna keep changing. Although I think the gloves would look better if they were fully red. Okay, that's the last thing, I swear. It's gone. I'm not looking at it anymore. I'm not sure if anyone's actually gonna be interested in this when I upload it up to YouTube. Twitch drop. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because I always upload all my streams. I hope my ramblings are interesting to at least one person out there. I don't feel like I used to be a very opinionated person, but as time has gone on, I've got more and more nitpicky. Like I said, I may come back and do the other Avengers. They will have a lot of skins. It would take a while. But maybe if I need a break from other stuff, I'll re-download it again and go through. Maybe I should do Insomniac Spidey suits as well. That might be interesting. But I'm actually going to sign off here. I think I'm done. I need to take a break. I've been going for way too long. And I do want to get some B3313 done today. Later tonight, that is. So I'm going to sign off here. I hope you enjoyed. Hope this was interesting to at least one person out there. I honestly wasn't even expecting to go like a full hour. I didn't quite realize how long it would take to ramble out my words. God, what did I even say? I feel like I just kind of spaced out. Couldn't even tell you what I said. I don't remember. Oh, I'm gonna rest for a couple hours until I hop back on later. Hope you have a good day. Or night. Time zones. We'll see you later. Chris, I'm signing off. Obviously, we can message. You can tell me if I was up to your standards or if you're pissed off at me for being way too nitpicky more than I, let's face it, need to. But I can't help it. I have opinions. I just wanted to say them. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye. Hey, so little addendum from me just real quick. I'm in the process of editing the stream uploads together to get ready to put them onto YouTube. And looking at the videos through the editing thing, everything that I was saying about the colors looking brighter doesn't apply. So I think that issue is more a Streamlabs thing for the way Streamlabs previews images. Because looking at them here, when I'm looking at them as I'm, you know, going through, ready to chop out any breaks or awkward bits or whatever, putting the two parts together, etc., etc. Yeah, Yeah, no, the colours look more along the lines of what I'm used to and what I expect. So, apologies, but any comments about brighter colours, just, I guess, ignore me. Oh, no.